go ahead and create whatever you'd like. And of course, the word smiles, as I said, which are just like a penny to be given away free.
Okay, ma'am, one more student is there on the phone line.
Right.
Adit Mehta is there from Mumbai. Yes, Adit, go ahead.
Yes, my doubt was like there are like you told to write an essay of 350 words. So I was asking that in that is like helping word counted, or else all the meaning words are only counted?
No, Adit, every single word is counted. So you're quite right. All the words in that essay are words in the essay. So it's a total of 300 to 350 words. All right? So that's a simple, straightforward answer that you can remember. 350 words includes even the tiny article a, or I for that matter, the word I. All right? So we're going into now, again, re-emphasizing how important it is to write either for or against. It's very important to take a clear stance for or against the motion. Do not sit on the fence, which means you must cross the fence. You must either stay on this side of the fence or cross the fence. And you just must decide whether you are speaking for, in favor of the topic, or against. Class 10, you are beginning The Merchant of Venice Act 4. Here you will see how Portia, dressed as a lawyer, argues a case in court, and she is able to defeat Shylock, the merchant, who is demanding his pound of flesh. He has very strong arguments. He has a legal bond on his side. All the terms of the bond have been gone against, in the sense Antonio has failed to repay the money in time, failed to give back what he said he would. But Portia's arguments are so strong that she is able to win the case. So your argumentative essay too must be so well thought out that your points will win the case for you. It's all about how well you construct your argument. So we go into next how to conclude. What do we need to do? As I said earlier, even the conclusion is so important, because suppose you're going to a birthday party and you're going to give your friend a present, right? If it's sloppily packed, the ribbons coming undone, the wrapping papers coming undone, probably your friend will be taken aback, repelled. But if you give a nicely, neatly packaged present, the nice packaging, the finishing touch, the present may be lovely inside, but the finishing touch needs to be so nice, so attractive. That is what is going to leave a kind of lasting impression, especially in terms of the essay. So what you do is you conclude with an idea which will intrigue, meaning interest the reader, and leave him thinking. Leave him thinking about how interestingly you wrote. For example, this topic seems to say that money cannot buy everything. You need to delve deeper. You could end with that thought. What this simple statement does is, it says for you again, it speaks for you, that money cannot buy everything. You need to go deeper and look for more values, for better values in life. I'll end with saying that you know, children, that this essay carries 20 marks, or a quarter of the marks of the paper. The paper you're sitting for is worth 80 marks, and you are fighting here for 20 marks. So make the fight an enjoyable one. Take it as a challenge and write in such a way that whatever you have thought out, you're able to put down on paper. Use 1 or 2 minutes to read the topic, and then another 2 minutes to jot down points or plan out how this essay is going to progress. There's no one to stop you jotting down points if you wish to. You can do that, and it will help you put forward your progression or train of thought.
Okay. I need to interrupt you once more, ma'am, because another student is there on the phone line. Gausia Sikandar is there. Yes, Gausia, what do you have to ask?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, my question is, should we go for argumentative essays where statistic is required a lot?
All right. So, Gausia, hopefully you will get a topic which will not require you to write something where a lot of specific statistics are required. You should always choose a topic which you are comfortable with, something that you feel you can write passionately about. When you have an emotional connect with your topic, that is when you write best. So if you feel that the topic is something that requires a lot of statistics or is something you are not comfortable with, please try to avoid it. And if you get a single topic, let's say in a school test, then I'm sure that you will be able to deal with it. Just keep reading and let your words speak for you.
So it is similarly important. What you must know, you need to know what should be incorporated and what should be avoided.
That's right.
Okay, please proceed, ma'am.
So we'll go into common errors of essay writing that we need to avoid. So again, if the topic is not read carefully or understood well, you can go wrong. You should not interchange styles. Sometimes we've had an argumentative essay which is written like a narrative because the child has written an entire incident, described an incident that happened to you. So avoid that, be very careful. There are words that hint at what kind of essay it is. In argumentative, you would have give your views for or against. In descriptive, you would have describe such and such. Short story says write a short story. So stay with that style of essay. Make sure you have paragraphs and that each paragraph has one idea which is developed adequately. Do not begin sentences with and, but, or because. And do not use short forms, informal language, numerals, contractions, incorrect syntax, grammar, the way you have written your sentences, words jumbled up, put in the incorrect order. So you need to avoid all this lack of punctuation, incorrect spelling. You just must be so careful that these common errors are avoided. There was a question earlier about style, and this is where I meant that I would be coming in with certain thoughts. These are the common errors that you need to avoid when you are doing essay writing. If you leave these out and the rest of your essay is simply beautifully written, as I said, in simple language, you will be a winner. Your essay is bound to pick up good marks.
Okay, ma'am, may I take another phone call from Shopnodip
Of
Pramanik
course, of
from
course.
Jhargram? Yes, Shopnodip, your question?
No, ma'am. I had a question that will the suggestions be given on the topic which we want to write?
Sorry, Shapnudeep, are you saying that the suggestions that I've given on the topic, whether you should write them?
No, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, from the paper, will the suggestions be given or we have to ourselves write?
I see. So, in the paper that you get, some topics at times have guidelines, 1 or 2. Right at the class 10 level, you will have ideas which come out. So we discussed that earlier. Of course, the best things in life are free as a short topic. Sometimes you have a topic which has a few more pointers. So if there are more pointers, all the ideas that pop out at you, pick them out, put them into a basket, put them into another basket, see the relation, and work with that. Yes, every idea must be dealt with carefully and in detail.
Ma'am, I think we should go a little faster, ma'am.
Right. So we now need to go on to the next part, which is email. So our conclusion at the end of the day for this was how well we engage with the topic, respond to it, and build our essay around the topic is going to dictate exactly how successful we were. Great job, children. I'm sure I'm going to get brilliant essays to read next time round. Going
Sure.
on to emails.
Okay. Now, emails.
So, email writing. Now, children, gone are the times when you had to wait days, sometimes months, or even years in this case. This is a little bottle, and people would actually put letters into the bottle and set sail, let it set sail on the sea. So the bottle would go through many adventures, and you could hope it would land up on some distant shore. In fact, such bottles have been known to travel over continents, I mean 2 separate continents over many seas. And if your name, contact number is there, if you're lucky, somebody from some other continent might just call you up and say, I found your letter. Hi, how are you doing? But gone are the days when letters took a long time to travel. Of course, handwritten letters are still used, but even more common, now we have come to emails, where you have, before almost you can click the send button, you can have the letter traveling and reaching the person whom it is supposed to reach. So with email writing, we are going into the next part where candidates will be given a specific situation, right? So you see that we've traveled from the long letter, the letter which takes a lot of time, to the part where the letter goes electronically in the matter of a few seconds. So the email, electronic mail. What happens here? Candidates will be given a specific situation, and they will be required to, number 1, write the text for a notice based on given directions. This has already been covered in a previous class. And number 2, write an email on the same content as the notice. So the two are very closely interlinked, right? Very closely interlinked, because you will find that whatever you write in the notice, a large part of it will be reflected in the email, because they will basically be dealing with the same topic. The notice is in-house, so it is put up on your school notice board, for example. That's an example. And the letter will probably be sent to, let's say, a principal of a neighboring school. So what we need to look at next is the topic itself. So the topic says, your school is hosting an inter-school debate competition. Write a notice for your school informing them of the event. Then part B, write an email to the principal of a neighboring school informing her of the event and requesting her to send a team to participate. So what are you doing? You've put the notice up about the inter-school debate on the school notice board, and in the next part, you're writing an email to the principal of a neighboring school. And there are two elements that you need to remember here. One is you are informing the principal about the event. And number two is you are requesting her to send a team to participate. All right? So let's look at how to do this. Now, whenever you're doing email writing, you have to remember that you have a notice, which was covered in an earlier class, and the notice actually says war of words, the title, the next line has the event, and then you have the details of the notice. We are now going to look at the format of the email. So if we look at the format of the email, we will see how closely linked the two are. First of all, let us deal with the format per se, as we see it as unique to the email and also in certain parts similar to a formal letter. The first line. The first line says, Principal bluebellschool@gmail.com. I think I will need to use the board for this. So the first line of the email is
Principal Blue Bell.
Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
And at
gmail.com.
Now what happens is, you do not have to write the word to here. before the word principal. This is because when you open the computer screen, of course emails are written on the computer. What you see is the word to already there and a little rectangular box next to it. This is the sender's address, the e-address which will take your letter to that particular person, all right? Not the sender, sorry, the receiver's address. So what you have is principalbluebells@gmail.com. Now we would suggest, since we give you mostly formal letters to deal with in the email in school, of course there are informal and formal both emails to be written, but in school at the class 10 level, you will mostly be dealing with emails written in a formal style. It is good to write the designation of the person and perhaps the organization that the person belongs to as part of the email address. That makes it plausible rather than just giving an individual name. Then, of course, you have the @ sign and then gmail.com. So 3 elements, 1, 2, and 3. These 3 need to come in to make it a plausible address.
Okay, ma'am, may I have your permission for taking another call?
Of course.
There is another student named Rijoy Martha Reja from Mumbai. Yes, Rijoy, go ahead.
Yes, Rita.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Yes?
Ma'am, if we get an option of attempting an essay in our letters, so like what essay would be most probable to score good marks? Like it would be an argumentative essay, a descriptive essay, or what?
All right. So if you're talking about choice of essay, then what I will say is something that I mentioned a little earlier about going with the essay topic you are most comfortable with, which means that it is not necessary that an argumentative or descriptive or narrative essay will bring you more marks. When you read the topics, choose the topic that works best for you, that you feel you can write on, that you understand the best. Choose that topic, write on it, and you are bound to score well. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
So coming back to emails, and we've done the first line, and now we're going to do the second line, which is the subject. Now here, you have the word subject also written on the computer screen itself, and you have a little box next to it. So you do not need to write the word subject at all. What you will do is, here you will refer back to the notice, and you will pick up the second line of the notice, and you will bring it to the second line here. It's like doing copy paste. The only thing is here, what are you doing? You are copying what you yourself have written, not something someone else has written. You are copying what you yourself have written in the notice and bringing it here. So you're going to make it, you are going to write inter-school debate competition. You'll have to pardon my handwriting because my pen is slipping all over the board. Inter-school debate competition picked up from the second line of the notice. Now these two carry half a mark each. So you have picked up 1 mark. This is a 5-mark question. You have picked up 1 mark because we're going to give you a half tick here and a half tick here, which is half a mark each. The next thing you do is the salutation. So you write, Dear Madam or Dear Sir, no slash and a comma. That will give you another half a mark, and for this, follow what you have been doing for the formal letter. Dear Madam or Dear Sir, that's it. Now I'll just leave out the body and jump straight to the subscription. I'll come back to the body in a minute. For the subscription, what you need to do is, you need to write, yours faithfully, put a comma. Please don't put an apostrophe here, that's wrong. It's not your is. So I'm going to rub that out. That's a common mistake. It's just simply yours faithfully with a comma and your full name in upper lowercase. You don't need block letters here because this is actually a typewritten form in reality, in real life. And of course, you can put your designation if you wish here. But what is compulsory for again another half mark is that you write yours faithfully and your full name. So now you can see that you've picked up 2 marks out of the 5. So we have 3 more marks to play with. And this is where we're going to talk about how the rest of the letter goes. All right? So what we have is 3 elements here in between, in the body. And for that, what
Before
we're
you
going to
elaborate,
do-
ma'am, I
Yes?
beg your pardon. Before
Yes.
you elaborate the body part of the email, ma'am,
Yes.
I need to take, probably this will be the last call. Jyotirmoy Chaudhary is there on the phone line. Yes, Jyotirmoy?
Sir, my question is, if
Yes.
if you have been given a question that in argumentative essay that you have for as well as against.
Yes.
So I have points both for as well as against. Means I have equal amount of points for as well as against. So in that case, what to do?
Right, Jyotirmoy. So this is something where you are going to show that you're extremely clever by ignoring one part of the argument. This is where you make a choice and show that you are a thinking individual, right? You are extremely intelligent, so you have points for both sides of the story, equally strong. But you need to make a choice here. You have to go ahead with one side of the story. If you write both, you're going to lose marks. A lot of marks. You're going to have to stay with one clear stand.
Okay, ma'am, we are on the verge of the conclusion, ma'am. Please.
How many minutes do I have left, sir?
We have only 2
Roughly?
minutes left, ma'am.
All right. So quickly what we're going to do is, we're going to do the body of the email. For that, remember your opening sentence is very, very important. It carries half a mark, the opening sentence. So the opening sentence would be something like, our school is celebrating its 50th anniversary. We plan to hold many competitions in order to celebrate this event. And one of them will be the inter-school debate competition to which you are invited. Now the opening sentence could be a couple of sentences or one. It will talk about the topic and lead in towards the body. So basically you are informing the principal about the war of words debate competition. It is a reflection of the event as given here in the subject line. If you write the opening sentence well, you are going to pick up another half a mark. I'm moving again now to the body. For the body, where you can pick up 2 marks for expression, you have to look at the details given in the notice, which are date, time, venue. Just pick up from the notice and put it there. No flowery language, straight out. Then ask the principal to send a team, a senior debate team. Say perhaps that the topic will be given an hour earlier
Okay.
and ask her to participate. The closing sentence, which again carries half a mark, in the closing sentence, what you will have is a polite way of ending the mail. You're going to say, we look forward to your participation in the event. Half a mark there. So you've picked up 3 marks, half a mark opening, 2 marks expression, the body of the letter, and half a mark closing.
Okay, ma'am.
And you have your email.
Okay, here we need to conclude. Before going to the conclusion, I request to madam to give the home tasks for the students.
Right. Children, if you would like to practice, of course, a good place for you to look would be www.cisce.org. You'll find a lot of question papers, specimens, samples. The samples we've spoken about today, you'll find some of them there. So if you refer there, you'll find a lot of homework. Also, the essay topics that I gave, you can write those on your own. The best things in life are free, and CCTV must be installed in every classroom. That's your home task. Please write 4 argumentative essays on that and email. Just look at the site and pick up your topics, and you will be done.
Okay. Thank you, madam. This was a very useful class, I suppose. Thanks a ton, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
তাহলে আজকের আলোচনা এই পর্যন্ত এবং আগামী